American schools are making kids violent. I don't know. It might be facts, bro. Let's see what you gotta say.
Back in high school or middle school, I remember one of the greatest experiences of all time was taking a sick day. Well, that was until I realized I missed out on some of the greatest experiences ever witnessed by mankind. For example, either the most random music artist would show up on campus, give a performance, or the craziest Royal Rumble, WWE, UFC type of fight took place, and I missed out on somebody getting smashed by a chair in a cage match or something. And don't get me wrong, it was bad that I missed out, but the worst part isn't even the fact that I missed out on the action, it's the fact that I had to watch the footage back on the worst, most pixelated device I have ever imagined. It looked like somebody brought their smart TV from their home, a toaster oven, or a goddamn iPod Nano and recorded it. But looking back at it in hindsight, at the firm old age as I am now of 22 years old, I'm thinking back like, bro, there was low-key a lot of fights, okay? Almost too many. But if I thought it was bad back then, it's getting really, really bad right now. Would you believe me if I told you that actually school fights, school incidents, or school violence has been on an increase of about 300%? According to this article I discovered right here, the number of violent incidents has increased more than 300% from the first year of data collection in 2016 to 2017 to the most recent school year in 2023 to 2024. And then for more context, violent incidents in schools appear to have declined from 2020.
Oh shit. 2023 to 2024. I graduated high school in 2023 and I was 16. It's a great time to be alive, man. No cap. Saved 2 years of my life, bro. I feel like school is just it's not necessary if you're like, it depends on what you want to do with your life type shit. If you want to be a content creator, YouTuber, anything like that, and that's what you really love to do and what you want to do, bro, you don't need nothing past the 8th grade. Me personally, it depends what you're doing on YouTube type shit, but me personally, I didn't need nothing past the 8th grade, bro. No cap. I didn't need high school, bro. I didn't even pay attention in high school. It was a waste of time. We didn't learn shit.
3 to 2024. However, when false reports such as swatting are removed from,
I mean, that does sound like a contradict because I said I didn't pay attention. So yeah. But yeah, I didn't pay attention for a reason, you know what I'm saying?
calculations, there's an actual increase of 49% in number of violent incidents in 2023 to 2024 when compared to the previous year. But 49% is quite a lot. Incidents related to violence and posing the most critical risk for students increased 22% during the 23 to 24 school year. Of these incidents posing the most critical risk, 13% involved a weapon or threat of a deadly weapon. Incidents related to violence increased 21% for elementary, 14% for middle school, and 20% among high school. So this is all.
Bro, that reminds me, bro. I literally remember being in ISS, bro. I was in ISS, right? I look like we got these stalls, like it's a stall and the seat was higher than the desk type shit. So you had to like, you know, I'm like bend over like this. You want to sleep. You really couldn't sleep. And like, bro, this nigga had a gun, bro. I didn't snitch. Bro had a dead ass, he had a Ruger. Like a handgun Ruger, and he had that bitch in his pocket, bro. He had took it out of his backpack. He had it in his pocket because it was like almost like the day was ending. We was finna go home and shit like that. It was a Mexican nigga, bro, with a black hoodie. That shit crazy, bro. Now that you think about it, like when I was a kid, I didn't think much of it. You feel me? But bro really had a gun in school type shit, just carrying that bitch. That shit's insane. Like, what was the game plan, bro? Like, what was you gonna do with that gun at school? Type shit. Shit really crazy. I didn't snitch either, bro. I didn't snitch. I didn't even think about snitching, bro. I was just like, damn, nigga got a gun at school type shit. Oh, wow.
all across the board, okay?
Bro, ISS was crazy, bro. Not gonna care.
Your little cousin Tommy, your little cousin Timmy in elementary school was like 5, 6, 7 years old. He might be getting it on. He might be a little pipsqueak, a squirt, somebody that you can stuff inside of a toilet and give a swirly, but he's out here getting active in elementary school fighting other students. Same goes for middle school and high school as well. I actually would have thought high school was the highest percentage, but having elementary being the highest percentage kind of makes sense a little bit because elementary school students probably deal with their emotions in the worst way possible and probably don't know how to self-regulate, especially if they have some lackluster millennial parents. I'm sorry. 11.6% 100% increase in weapons were found on school grounds. 2,275 different weapon incidents were reported by the Washington's public-private schools. Other reports involved knives, daggers, or other weapons. Besides just looking at the statistics, of course, they're going to be extremely alarming, but usually when I see statistics, I always think, okay, is it just a stat? Is it something that we've experienced? Bro, there are entire compilations of school fights that I damn near see every single day, like school crash outs, whether that's the teacher crashing out on the students crashing out on the teachers, or the students fighting each other. There is always something going down. As a matter of fact, there are entire sections in Discords that are labeled school fights that showcase some of the chaotic events that happen within those walls that we know as school. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to go to very far on Discord. Literally in my very own Discord server. And immediately on site, another example. That is definitely not getting showed.
What?
What type of
Bro cocked that bitch back and smacked her shit. Nah, that's crazy. This nigga said she slapped him, right? Boom. He go, Mo. He didn't even show it, bro. I know she fell. That's crazy. She got, yeah, she a pretty girl too. Like, she wanted like the, oh yeah, she cooked. She got slapped hard, bro. I know that shit hurt, bro. That's crazy.
That is definitely not getting showed. What type of goofy fight is this, bro? Bro, y'all are better off just holding hands and making up, bro. See, this almost looks like they were fighting for fun. Back in last school, there was events. People would just do slap boxes during lunchtime just for fun. For the fun of it, bro. You're risking getting suspended, expelled, injured, or just straight up getting exposed for taking an L on Snapchat or Instagram stories. But besides just...
Nah, yeah. Slap boxing in high school was definitely normal when I was there. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie. I never was a slap boxer. It was a fight, nigga. We went and fought in the restroom type shit. That was the place you call a nigga out to fight. Take it to the restroom. I ain't gonna lie, nigga. I ain't never lost. I didn't lose. And my opponent was always taller and bigger than me. Still won that shit. No cap. I ain't gonna lie though. I wasn't like the best fighter, but I still won on some shit like that. Like nigga, if I go look at the old clips of me fighting, bro, that shit was ass. Like compared to me now, nigga, you would think I'm fucking Bruce Lee. You feel me, nigga? Look yeah, nigga. No cap, nigga. Nah, but that shit was trash. But I still won though. You know
straight up fighting videos. I remember seeing videos of people throwing Chromebooks, people arguing with teachers, people throwing chairs. And other crazy violent behavior within those school walls. There still is a lot of...
Wait, was he trying to hit her? Nah, but how do you even miss that hard? So he was trying to hit her? The game plan was to hit the teacher with the chair? Bro trying to go to jail. Bro, you're gonna go from going to school every day to being in jail every day, nigga. I ain't gonna lie. People compare school to jail, but nigga, you don't get to go home, nigga. That's the difference. You don't get to go home. Nigga. You can't just not go to school. You can't just not go to jail, bro. You gotta go. You have to be there till you're free. You know what I'm saying? So shit, hey, bro. Not gonna lie. They can compare it to jail all they want to, but it's some difference. It's a big difference for sure. Bro trying to go to jail.
And other crazy violent behavior within those school walls. There still is a lot of bullying going on. Contrary to popular belief, sometimes I heard that people don't believe in bullying, or matter of fact, even worse, people are saying we need to bring back bullying. Like, no, we don't, bro. I'm about to show you a couple clips that really show and put bullying into perspective.
What the fuck? I was just gonna say, y'all, bro. I feel like, bro, like, for me, I didn't ever experience bullying, bro. I never experienced that shit. And I was the type of nigga. Well, nah, I stayed out of people's business, bro. So, yeah, I didn't really experience bullying, bro. But if a nigga was making fun of somebody, I wasn't the type to just laugh. You know what I'm saying? Just like make fun of him too because everybody else making fun of him type shit. I was like doing my own shit. Like I was on my own shit, bro. I was the leader type shit. I wasn't never a follower. I never was trying to be a follower, bro. I ain't give a fuck what nobody thought about me. To you. But I've been to like multiple high schools though. That's just probably experience built up type shit over time. You feel me? Cause I always been a type to move schools. I don't know if anybody can relate to that. You feel me?
Was bullied almost every single day for being different, and it got so bad to the point where he doesn't want to live anymore.
Bang my head into gloves.
Look, I'm gonna come to your lunch, okay? I'm gonna come to your lunch.
There are actually so many kids who genuinely fear going to school.
Wait, if they like, you know what I'm saying, special, I thought they had special classes. Am I tweaking? The special kids was always separated from us, bro. I ain't never seen no like, you know what I'm saying? No deformed kids. You feel me? I never seen that. Or we seen them walking in the hallways, but we didn't get to, you know what I'm saying? Talk to them and shit. I didn't. I just seen them walking in the hallways talking about middle school, elementary. They had their own classes and shit. But I don't know. Don't they have their own bus? Everything. How are they getting bullied? That's the teacher's fault, bro. You gotta blame the school, kid. That's the school. You feel me? Hell no. How they allowing that shit to happen, bro? That's crazy, bro.
Because they feel like they're risking their life and putting their safety on the line just because they're existing and being themselves among the classroom. You don't understand. If you look different, if you seem different, especially if you're special ed or you're on the spectrum, people will make fun of you for the way you laugh, the way you look, the way you talk, the way you act, the way you breathe. There is so much ableism going on within schools. And regarding more information or statistics,
But bro, if you catch a nigga doing that, that's just only a reflection of his own insecurities, bro. He feel something's making him feel like he gotta do that shit, bro. Like, if a nigga having a good life, great life, who finna waste their time talking about somebody less fortunate? Nobody, bro. Nigga, that's a nigga who's depressed. So, like, he just showing everybody who he really is type shit, you know what I'm saying? How his life going. That's all that is, you feel me? Don't hang around niggas like that either, bro. Niggas not the type you must hang around, bro. You catch a nigga roasted somebody less fortunate than him, less fortunate. But like, bro, it's levels to this shit. Like, it'll be a nigga with some big ass shoes, ugly ass shoes, and nigga roast them. I didn't ever roast a nigga for their shoes, you feel me? But I was laughing though. I ain't gonna count. It'd be funny. But it's levels to this, bro. Like, if he got some ugly ass shoes on, that's different from a nigga being special. You feel me? That's way different, bro.
Around the concept of bullying, in case you thought that bullying might have died down or bullying is not as bad as it used to be. From July 2021 to December 2023, 34% of teenagers were bullied in the last 12 months. Rounding down, that's about 3 out of 10 students experiencing bullying. And if that's the case, how many kids are actually being the perpetrators of bullying? It's also important to note that if you were gay or you were transgender, you were much more likely to be bullied at 47%. White, non-Hispanic teenagers were more likely to be bullied.
I mean, yeah, gay people already, like, bro, if you gay, just say GG's, bro. Your time in school, bro, gonna be a little different. But people probably gonna start getting used to that shit. Not gonna lie. I never was the type to like roast anybody who was gay. You feel me? I never cared. To me, gay dudes, they were funny. They were funny as fuck. I would have a gay friend, you feel me? Like, but I was like, don't fucking be touching me and shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? That's where I was with it, you feel me? Don't be fucking touching me, but we can be cool and shit. I don't got a problem with you. That's how I was.
Compared to teenagers in other racial groups, teenagers with disabilities, as I said before, 44%. 19% of students reported being bullied during the 2021 to 2022 school year. Among students who reported being bullied, 14% of males and 28% of females reported being bullied online or by text. So number one, first things first, I want to say this 19% is actually probably a lot higher because you know how many people are actually getting bullied and don't want to report it because they don't want to seem soft or they don't want to get other people involved.
So it's just 20% of females who are actually like going and telling the teachers and shit. But the other fucking damn, there's probably a lot of them, bro. If it's 20% telling, because majority of them are not gonna fucking tell. You know what I mean? Teachers ain't finna do shit, bro. Nigga, you have a fight, nigga, all you gonna do is get suspended. Y'all gonna end up fighting outside of school, meeting up somewhere, meeting up at the movies or something. You feel me? So, shit. School don't really affect or help you in any way. Shit really just makes shit worse, bro. No cap.
Oftentimes when you're victim of really any type of harm,
They don't even switch your class, bro. I remember like niggas beefing and have to go to the same class. And they won't, like, a nigga will ask to switch his class. They won't switch it, bro. Like, they don't be wanting to switch classes. That's tough, bro. That's tough. I don't care.
harmful experience that feels like you're threatening your safety and potentially even putting yourself in more danger by reporting these bullies, because let's face it, bro, a lot of times when you do report a bully, what really happens? Do they get expelled? Do they get suspended? I don't know. They probably get a slap on the wrist, and then you won't see that same big obnoxious bully the next day in school. Okay, he might take
Nigga, them niggas doing the no budge walk, but they only doing it to the weaker kids, bro. I just seen that. Bro started walking normally when he seen somebody who would do something about it. That's crazy. Like, these niggas, but that's kids though. You know what I mean? They kids, bro.
Get out on you even worse, or she. And then another thing that's interesting is they reported being bullied online or by text. That's one thing I feel like is more of an issue within today's day, because, you know, we're in the digital age. I mean, nowadays it's very, very easy to just send somebody some slurs online, send somebody some hate, spam them, tell their friends to also spam them. Like, I imagine how cyberbullying has gotten really, really bad and out of hand, especially when a lot of kids are given unsupervised access to technology. I mean, kids are on TikTok, Discord, social media, anything you can think of. They're all there. They're watching the most crazy videos. I mean, back in the day, bro, the first person to show me adult content was a kid in middle school. The first person to show me a cartel video was also a kid in middle school. Brief admission, if you're enjoying the video so far, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 200,000 subscribers. Also, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the second channel right here. Hey, hello, we're dropping videos every single day. We're on the road to 100,000 here as well. And while I was doing research for this video, especially in the concept of bullying, one thing that really stood out to me is the fact that, okay, there are so many kids who report on bullying or who did get
You subscribe to my boy.
bullied, and we know about bullying. I mean, we all went through that time in school where we got some type of assembly that talked about bullying, but the truth is teachers only intervene in about 14% of classroom bullying. That statistic shows right here, and says only 14% of playground episodes of bullying. School staff is generally unaware of the extent of bullying and victimization problems, even though much of bullying occurs on the playground, hallways, classrooms, locker rooms. I think kids who are bullies are also really good at, you know, hiding it or disguising it around other people, and then they'll go as soon as the freaking teacher doesn't look and then shove you in a locker. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, if you're getting shoved in a locker in 2025, I'm gonna look at you a little crazy. That type of bullying only happens in the goddamn movies. Real bullying looks a lot different, okay? Sometimes it's making fun of the way you dress. Sometimes it's making fun of the way you have no money, which was, hey, that happened to me. I mean, if you ever had the experience of dropping your Android phone in the
I ain't gonna lie, I was fortunate enough to not have that, bro. That's really unfortunate for the niggas who really had to deal with that. That's crazy, because I was the ones who, like, it was the opposite for me. People were calling me the opposite. They wasn't making fun of me for being broke. That's all I'm gonna say. You feel me? But I was never, like, even if I had it all, like, I had it. I never was the type to roast a nigga for not having it, bro. That's where, like, I'm different. You feel me? I'm not like the average nigga who got a lot of shit and make fun of the niggas because they don't got it. I was never like that, bro. Never, bro. That shit is not cool to me, bro. I don't know. What do I get out of that? Nothing, bro. You don't get shit. And my life was actually going great, bro. I got a good, bro. I don't have no regrets in life, bro. None. Like, literally, my life has been great from start to finish. Of course, we got our own challenges, but that's everybody. I go about it the way I want to go about it. And it's always okay in the end. Just like a movie. It's a happy ending every time. Every challenge has a happy ending for me. Because that's how I see my... Alright. I'm yapping, bro. But yeah, I'm dead ass. Like, don't bully, bro. Just don't be a bully. Don't be that nigga. Alright?
middle of class and your battery coming out, your screen cracking, and everybody in the class laughing at you. Hey, I know exactly what that feels like. Some of y'all will never know the pain of coming to school with holes in your shoes, clothes, and being like, oh, this is just...
Nah, I wouldn't, bro. My mom worked hard. And we wasn't even like, you feel me? But she still made it happen, bro. That's why I love my mom. Like, that's a W mom, bro. Like, keep it a beat. I love my mom, bro. Okay.
Just for the fashion, bro. It's not for the fashion. I'm getting hand-me-downs from my generations, uncles, cousins, brothers, mom, sisters, dad. A kid coming up to me back in the day telling me, give me your lunch money, hurts less than somebody coming up and clowning the fact that I had no money, bro. That is real bullying, I swear. Teachers are only able to accurately identify fewer than 1/2 of bullies identified by peers. Parents are often similarly unaware of the extent of bullying and victimization, and they do not discuss bullying with their children. The way people talk about bullying is a
You know what I realized? Like when he be in the corner and shit, I was right there. But fuck it, should I keep it right there? I'm gonna put it right here. It's alright, bro. You can still hear him. You still hear him. You feel me?
little bit outdated to an extent. Like, I'm telling you, bullying is not just pushing somebody.
Yeah,
Hey, that's a nice book.
That's my corner, bro. I don't care. That's my corner, nigga. I'm doing this because I fuck with you. All right, buddy. Any other day, I'm staying right there. Not moving my cam. All right. Now that we got that situated, you feel me? Got that understood. Let's continue the video.
What you got over there? Boom. Beat it, chump.
People bully in all types of ways, whether that's online now, which is obviously very, very much impossible to catch if you're a teacher, and different altercations that happen in the natural flow of classroom or passing period between going class to class. Also, when kids are getting bullied, 9 times out of 10, I feel like they're not gonna come out and talk to a damn teacher, okay? I had a friend who was telling me, bro, I tried to talk to a teacher, and the teacher just looked at me crazy. My thought process, I'm like, bro, aren't these teachers supposed to be like mandated reporters? But it really feels like teachers don't really understand, bro, especially if they don't come from the same type of cloth as you. So odds are the children is gonna come out and talk to their parents, but a lot of times, you know, parents will dismiss it.
The teachers always here to be, I don't learn nothing. They don't feed us nothing at lunch.
Why are you talking about these
Always
teachers be
getting
putting
bullied.
These teachers don't do nothing to you. If you getting bullied, you need to go talk to somebody about it. You need to go talk to a psychiatrist.
You said they don't feed us nothing in the lunch. I think that's the lunch lady, bro. I don't think teachers feed you lunch. Am I tweaking? I think that's the lunch lady. You feel me? Our lunch ladies were Mexican though. Not gonna lie. I used to learn like when they say gracias, you say de nada, I think. You feel me? That's where I learned that from my lunch lady. You feel me? Yeah, nigga. Nah, but I fuck my lunch lady, bro. They used to let me get extra food and shit. I had, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. I was really, like, my life was good, bro. And I know, like, because I know it was a good thing because not everybody could get extra food. Just me. I fuck with that. They used to, bro, no cap. I used to fuck with them. They used to let me get extra orange juice, bro. Bro, lunch ladies was taking care of me, bro. I'm not even gonna cap. I don't know what's going on in his school, though. You feel me? So, it's tough for this nigga.
Something about it. Don't come
The fact that he getting bullied, though, look at his face real quick.
be putting
That's crazy. Like, it could be anybody, right?
these teachers.
The nigga that's bullying him gotta be swole. You feel me? Because he got tattoos and shit. Who's the nigga that's bullying him? Who's the bully, nigga? Like, if we looking at him and he's the one getting bullied, who is the bully? That's crazy. Bullied and hit by the teachers. He getting hit by the teachers? Why would that be happening? Nigga, I don't think a teacher hitting you for no reason. We gotta see proof, bro. I gotta see proof. Why would the teacher just be hitting you? Feel me? That's crazy. Getting hit by a teacher? Crazy.
Don't do nothing to you. If you getting bullied, you need to go talk to somebody about it. You need to go talk to a psychiatrist.
Look at how, is that his mom? My son. Yeah, that's his mom talking to him, bro. Yeah, I feel like he creating this all, like, he creating this type of reality for himself, bro. He created that shit for himself, bro.
Something about it. Don't come to me trying to come to
Bro
me.
got a tattoo and shit, bro. And you crying about teachers bullying you. You're crying about teachers bullying you. What? I imagine what happened is that, like, she called on him to read something out loud in front of the class and he couldn't fucking read it. Nah, I'm not saying that because he got it, like, I'm just saying, bro. That do be happening. That make a nigga feel bad as fuck. You feel me? So you might as well say she punched you in your face, bro. You gonna call on me knowing I can't read? Bro, I always made sure I could read just because of that, bro. Like, me and my homie would laugh hard as shit when a nigga couldn't read, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I said it's levels to this bullying shit. I would never bully somebody who's like special in any way, bro. Never, bro. But if you couldn't read in front of the whole class, that's on you, gang. That's on you, bro. I ain't gonna lie, that's tough. I ain't gonna lie, that's tough, nigga.
You cry about somebody bullying you. Ain't no dropping out of school. Ain't no dropping out of school. You're gonna stay in school. You're gonna do what you gotta do. No, because I'm paying for the school, so you're gonna stay in the school. I don't care what you're going through. I don't care what you in there doing. What you in there doing?
Nothing.
When you leave my house, that's when you can move how you want to move. So then get out.
No.
Get out of my house.
And I feel like as a kid, a lot of times if you're not being heard out.
See, he having problems with his mama and shit, bro. We know he bad as hell at school, bro. Come on now. Come on now. They ain't hit him for no reason, bro.
By your parents, that really shuts you off from talking to anybody else in the rest of the world, because those are the people who are supposed to hear you out the most. And it's so weird. Some people will take the side of the faculty, the staff, or even the bully, because like you don't even know them, bro. That's low-key D-riding, bro. You glaze into somebody you never even met before. Believe your own goddamn kid. Plus, why would I lie about being bullied?
That makes sense, but I mean, who knows, bro? Everybody got different parents. Everybody got different kids. I mean, parents know their kids. Like, she's supposed to know her kid better than anybody else, right? Damn near. So if he be bullshitting and he be starting shit, like, she know how he is, like how you be acting and shit at home. So if he doing that times 10 in school, obviously he's starting some shit. You feel me? And she probably got a job. She probably don't have time to just go to the school and shit. She just want this nigga to, she probably just want him to just be good. Be good at school, bro. That's it. That's really all you gotta do. Just sit there. You don't even gotta fucking do your work, nigga. Just sit there and pay attention or whatever. Take your earpods out and just sit there, bro. Sometimes I was sleeping in class, but some of them will let you sleep. You feel me? Nigga, I didn't even do shit in school. I didn't get my mom card or nothing. I was just chilling. But I ain't gonna lie, some people did my work for me. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, I was privileged. People fucked with me. Like, I was cool. I ain't gonna care. I was cool, like, the cool people. Like, the niggas who got their work done was helping me with their work. Like, they let me copy their shit down. Nigga, I was chilling, bro. I'm not gonna care. I can't understand their point of view, bro. I can't. It's hard. It's hard for me. But I sympathize. And it's very unfortunate they gotta live that way, bro. It's crazy. Okay, bro.
I already lose aura from explaining the fact that I'm being bullied. Coming out and saying that you're getting bullied,
You already lose it, or explaining the fact that you're getting bullied. Yeah, that's true. That's somewhat true. I guess, yeah. Yeah, you can say that. But who gives a fuck about aura? When you don't give a fuck about the aura, that's when you get the most aura, bro. When you don't care. Okay.
no swag behind that. There's no swag behind that, man. Now that we noticed the phenomenon of violence in schools and a very large uprising in school fights, school bullying, etc., I want to talk about why this might be happening. The pandemic took place. Gen Z, we lost out on a crucial maybe like 2 to 3 years. I really feel like since 2020 through about 2023, we really felt the effects of the pandemic. And that was when we were about to graduate high school. Especially for Gen Alpha and kids these days, those 2-3 years were maybe when they were in 5th, 6th, 7th grade, maybe even younger. Those are very, very impactful or important when you're developing social skills, emotional regulation, connection, etc. So the fact that maybe they had bad parents, maybe they were stuck on technology, maybe they didn't learn how to connect with people at a young age, kind of turns them into more unstable people, makes it harder for them to learn how to regulate their emotions, which maybe makes a more angry or violent generation. I think that coupled with the idea of social media, like for example, school fights, people record school fights, people participate in school fights because they go viral, they go so crazy, they want to get that internet fame. If you whoop somebody crazy in school fights, everybody gonna know you as the backyard legend. Maybe I'm looking a little bit too deep, but I feel also like trends such as rage bait kind of exasperate issues of cyberbullying in a way among kids. The other day I seen a grown man talking about CP and saying,
"Oh, chill, bro. It's just rage bait."
Watch out, little bitch. Watch out, little bitch.
Yo, am I finna get a little cut out of y'all videos? Cause I just got you 1 million cut. Where's my cut? I'm not playing.
And things like that are insane, right? But when kids see stuff like this online, they might go ahead and run off with it, whether that's in people's DMs. I mean, I get the most crazy comments all the time about people calling me a fried chicken and rice enjoyer and things like that because, oh, black and Asian. And I'm just like, bro, so some of these kids are already a little angry, a little bit ruthless, have maybe poor mental health. We're heavily disrupted by the...
Wait. Did they post that of him? Like, what?
It's rage bait.
Watch out, little bitch. Watch out, little bitch.
Yo, am I finna get a little cut out of y'all videos?
It's rage bait.
Watch out, little bitch.
Among kids. The other day I seen a grown man talking about CP and saying,
Oh, chill, bro. It's just rage bait.
Watch out, little bitch. Watch out.
and I'm just like, bro, so some of these kids are already a little angry, a little bit ruthless, have maybe poor mental health, were heavily disrupted by the effects of the pandemic, maybe they have bad parents, and they're seeing.
Did his bully post that of him and put that caption? Or did he post that himself on some like funny shit? Nah, if he posted himself, bro, bully that nigga all you want, bro. Bully him all you want, nigga. No kid. That nigga is weird.
A lot of social media trends that normalize saying crazy stuff to people that might exacerbate the issues such as cyberbullying or real life bullying. I feel like since the beginning of time, there's also been people who say, oh, like violence and video games are correlated. Maybe if your kid plays violent games or they consume violent media, they're going to become more violent. And I don't know if this was actually proven to be the case. I mean, I played a lot of violent games when I was a kid. I don't think it turned me into a violent person. It showed me that this type of stuff was only meant to be fiction and not real life. But I could see how other people who maybe are not on that same maturity might practice things that they see in the game and do it in real life, or say things that they see online and do it in real life. And speaking more about what they see in real life, there is definitely things like, oh, community gun violence, maybe gang violence, domestic violence within households that cause kids to replicate that.
Children who witness domestic violence in the home are significantly more likely, in some studies 5 to 10 times more likely, to be the victim of intimate partner violence in their adult relationships or the perpetrator of violence in their adult relationships.
You know what? Recently I've been seeing, oh, kids need to be whooped more these days, or kids are not getting whooped more these days, but actually it's...
Are you sure? I mean, I feel like it depends on the person, bro. I got my ass whooped before. I would never put my hands on a female. Like, I've never done that. Like, in fact, if you get caught putting your hands on a female by my dad or my uncle, bro, my dad would beat the fuck out of me, bro. Ain't gonna lie. Niggas would beat my ass with fists. Nigga gonna get knocked. You're getting punched on for hitting a female. You just gotta, I feel like that's just a thing you gotta teach your son. Like, your son, nephew, whatever. If you catch this nigga putting his hands on a female, you gotta put the paws on him. You just have to, bro. You gotta teach him, or he gonna get taught by fucking the system. You feel me? You don't want the system to do it, because he's gonna be locked up and it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse. You just gotta teach him at a young age, bro. My son gonna know for sure. He's not even gonna be interested in that shit. Like, it's not even gonna cross his mind. If a girl get on his nerves, we gonna dip from the situation, because nigga, I don't give a fuck about what you got going anyway. You feel me? like you gotta actually give a fuck about the female you're hitting to even hit her in the first place. Even if it was like my girlfriend, like, why would you want to hit your girl? That don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. If you want to hit your girl, you might as well just leave her. You don't give a fuck about her anyway.
Proven that kids being whooped
Simple.
or physically disciplined / punished.
Like that's just like a mental illness, bro. If you hit girls, you're mentally ill. Mentally ill. Like, you got something up there that's just kind of fucked up. You feel me? I ain't gonna lie. Like, if you hit girls, nigga, that's crazy. You need your ass whooped.
Actually makes a more violent or dangerous child.
Researchers found that children who were spanked were more likely to have an increased rate of negative outcomes. This includes antisocial...
Actually, that does make sense, though. Whooping your kids and shit. Yeah, I don't believe in punishing my children. You feel me? My kids are not gonna be punished in a way that normal people would punish their kids, like with a belt or taking stuff away. I'm just gonna show them what they should not be doing and what they should not. They're just gonna know, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain this. It's too much to explain for y'all. It's scientific shit that's been proven, and I can't really just, like, if you want to know about it, let me know in the comment section. I'll tell you. You feel me? I don't got time to be explaining all this shit, but I know how to raise. I'm gonna know how to raise my kids the best way. You feel me? Yeah, I don't believe in like whoopings and punishment and yelling at them. It's not gonna help. Not at all. Wanna know why? Because whatever energy you put out, you're gonna get back. So you put all this negative energy into them, they're gonna throw that shit. Like, it's gonna come back, nigga. Simple. It's not just gonna stay within them. It's gonna go somewhere. Whether it's gonna come back at you or come back somewhere else in their life. You know what I mean? So, yep. That's how energy works.
Behavior.
That's just like a short demonstration, you feel me?
Aggressive behavior, and long-term mental health problems. But also, interestingly, children who were spanked were also more likely to exhibit a negative impact on cognitive development, demonstrating overall lower IQ scores and overall poorer academic performance.
And it makes sense because low-key, I feel like whooping a kid, I feel like
in elementary school, I was an AB honor roll student, you feel me? I was smart as fuck in elementary. I ain't gonna cap. But the shit was easy though. You can't lie, nigga. The shit was easy. But obviously it was because of our age group. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? The shit was fun, but they made it fun for kids. Like, I feel like they just make it less fun when you get older for some reason. It's just lame. So I wasn't fucking with it. That had to be part of the reason why I ain't fuck with school. Cause it just like it was boring, nigga. And I also had why do I gotta listen to this person right here? Once I figured out, once I got past, I used to want to play basketball and shit, and go to the NBA. But once I found out there was other shit in the world, there's people doing other shit. You feel me? And I could possibly do this other stuff. You feel me? It was like once I found out there was other ways to make money, bro, I did not give a fuck about sports, and that's what made me not give a fuck about school. I just found other ways to, you know what I'm saying, make money. And I just went on my journey, bro. Yup. Good times.
They do something bad shows them that violence is the answer. Literally. They're gonna grow up subconsciously thinking that, oh, whenever somebody does something bad, the real answer is putting your hands on them because that is what your parents did to you. Another interesting concept is the lack of faculty and staff.
I hate being a teacher. Nigga, quit. Why are you making TikToks? Nah, what has 2025 come to, bro? We got teachers making TikToks about how they hate being a teacher. Bro, if you don't get your ass away from the school, get away from the kids, bro. If you gotta post a video on TikTok about how you hate being a teacher, you should not be anywhere near school, bro. You're weird. Not gonna lie, you're weird. You grown ass man going to TikTok for advice? Fuck no.
Within schools. Nowadays, as we know, teachers are not enjoying their time, okay? They're getting into it with the kids, they're arguing with kids, they're experiencing undiscipline.
That's because they're dumb. What kind of smart person argues with a kid? Nigga, call the principal. Call administrators. That's what they used to do. They're not arguing with a kid, bro. They give you two chances. Nigga, or they calling the principal, they calling your mom, and they gotta deal with that shit. And then we're gonna teach the rest of the class. You feel me? That's how they used to do it. Now niggas are just arguing with kids now? We having a full-blown argument? What? That don't even make sense, bro. That's why my kids are not going to public school. They're not. They're going to somewhere special. Somewhere great. I'm not putting them... I'm not gonna go too deep in it, but nigga, you know what I mean. They're not going to public school, so I'm saying.
And lackluster students, and they don't want to do this job. I'm not gonna lie, if I had kids like this who couldn't read, who couldn't write, and they were just being disruptive in my class, I would be crashing out the same.
I fucking hated teaching. Not all teachers should get paid more. I was high sometimes. Yeah, there was one moment where I was like, this job, I hate this. And one of my students came up to me and he goes, Mr. Yu, what would you do if your son was gay? I was like, I wouldn't care if my son was gay as long as he was like with someone that made him happy and treated him right. And I thought like I taught him a lesson because he stopped and paused for a second and he just goes, that's gay.
With incidents like these, among the low pay, there is probably going to be a shortage in faculty, which will lead to more violence on campus because there's just not nearly enough adults to supervise 1,000 more students. I mean, in my high school, they had 2,000 students and it got to the point where we needed armed security on campus, bro. At the end of the day, all this behavior really starts at home. Making sure they're able to regulate their emotions is not the responsibility of a goddamn teacher, okay? If you're a parent watching this video, yo, make sure you lock in on your child. We don't need more violent kids because we are already experiencing that. And it's not just me saying this. I mean, really nowadays, it feels like a lot of parents either don't have time or they straight up don't care. Like, there are times as a grown adult, right, I'll be walking around and I'll see kids who are supposed to be in school and it's like, bro, what are you doing at this time of day? Like, do you not have somewhere to be? And this is actually a phenomenon that a lot of people online are starting to notice.
Every time I turn around, these kids are not in fucking school. It's like a new made-up fucking holiday every fucking day.
In conclusion, kids are becoming more violent. There's more bullying going around, more damaged goods, more damage.
I mean, you just hating at that point. Who cares? As long as they're passing their grades, who cares, right? At first, it was like, bring me your report card. Let me see if you passing. Now, did they passing? You making up, like, people just always got something to complain about, bro. Like, stop complaining, nigga. Mind your business. What are you doing with your life? How is your life going? That's what niggas need to focus on, themselves. You feel me? If, like, you know what I'm saying, they got all their shit going on and they doing what they supposed to do in school. Who cares if they get a few more days off? Nigga, you should be happy your kids at home if they're doing good at school already. Doesn't make sense. And if they're not doing good at school, you can take it. If you got a problem with them not doing good at school, you can tutor them. You can help them with their work. Ever think of that, bro? Be a parent. Maybe? I don't know. Maybe I'm tweaking. Who knows?
Damaged property, which I didn't even really talk about the property, like the Chromebook challenge and things like that. With the violent kids, it feels like parents are kind of giving up in a way. They don't care as much. We're also seeing a drop off and decline in the amount of teachers that are participating or want to take jobs. Social media.
That's cool. I wonder what that's gonna leave us. Like, are we gonna have like AI teachers? Like, are we gonna have artificial intelligence teachers? I mean, they would have an answer for every question. You feel me? And you could just, like, I don't know, like, I mean, AI teachers wouldn't be that bad, though. You feel me? I don't know. Who knows? I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Glamorizing fight culture, violence, school weaponry incidents being on the uprise, and other weird trends that glorify bringing back bullying. It is no surprise that school fights are on the rise and school violence is on the rise. But let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
Alright, man, that's the end of that video, man. If you enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. I love y'all boys. I'm gonna see y'all in the next